Is it hard for you to stay on track when there are so many things to do? What if the key to being fit, focused, and relentless wasn't found in modern hacks, but in the mind of a 17th century samurai? Miyamoto Musashi, the greatest swordsman in history, lived by ruthless principles that forged unshakable discipline. Step 1. Move daily. Musashi thought that moving around was essential to life and that everyone should do it every day. To do this, you should do physical activities like martial arts, running, yoga, or stretching that are purposeful, focused, and tough on the body. Musashi learned how to use a sword and often trained in nature to improve his physical and mental skills. In modern life, our habits can get stuck, which can make us stiff, tired, and mentally worn out. Move around during the day to stay fit and focused. Start your day with a light workout or a brisk walk. Take breaks to stretch and breathe deeply. In the evening, stretch or do some easy yoga to relax. Musashi said that both the body and the mind should be in balance. He said to pay attention to how your body feels and train your mind to stay present and interested. To get the most out of daily movement, you need to be consistent even when you don't feel like it. Musashi thought that to become a master, you had to keep working at it and never let yourself get comfortable. It's more than just exercise to move every day. It's your body's way of saying, I am here, I am strong, and I is unbreakable. Follow Musashi's lead and never go a day without moving for a reason. Step 2. Eat clean. What you eat and drink becomes a part of you. Musashi lived with a sense of purpose, even in his food. He knew that eating clean was essential for maintaining a strong body and a focused mind. In his time, food was not a luxury but a necessity, consumed thoughtfully to fuel the warrior within. To stay fit and fierce, prioritize whole, unprocessed foods. Imagine your body as a finely crafted weapon. Would you coat it in rust or polish it with care? Eating well is like taking care of your inner sword to keep it strong and sharp. Incorporate vegetables, lean proteins, whole grains, and plenty of water into your diet. Avoid extra sugar, processed foods, and mindless snacking. Musashi embraced simplicity in all areas of life, including his meals. Eating clean doesn't mean indulging in fad diets or difficult meal plans. It means picking foods that nourish you rather than deplete you. Plan your meals, take time to make them, and eat with awareness. A healthy food makes your mind sharper. Musashi knew that a mind that is slow grows in a body that is slow. When you eat well, you can think clearly, make quick decisions, and keep going after your goals. Watch how different foods make you feel and how much energy they give you. Get rid of anything that makes you feel sluggish or angry. Pick food that is good for your body and your spirit. You should be strict about what you eat. Musashi didn't go overboard because he knew that too much eating makes people less determined. His advice is to eat just enough to meet your needs, but not so much that you get bored. This mindful method helps you control your impulses and feels better all around. Remember that food is more than just power. It shows how much you care about your body. Be kind to yourself. Feed your power instead of your cravings. When you eat clean, you set yourself up for long-term health and mental clarity. Step 3. Master sleep. Sleep is like a silent fighter. It heals your mind and body. Musashi knew the importance of rest as a crucial element in maintaining strength and focus. He knew that being tired makes you more likely to make mistakes, so he combined hard training with restorative sleep. To master sleep, you must create an environment conducive to rest. Your bedroom should be a sanctuary, free from distractions and stress. Dim the lights before bed and avoid screens that emit blue light. Establish a calming bedtime routine, perhaps with meditation or gentle stretching, to signal your mind that it's time to unwind. Musashi would prepare for sleep with the same commitment as he prepared for battle, by calming his mind and centering his thoughts. Let go of the day's stress and allow your body to relax. Sleep is not just an inactive state, it's an active process of repair and renewal. Try to stick to regular sleep schedules. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day trains your internal clock, promoting deeper and more restorative sleep. Quality sleep makes you stronger mentally and physically and makes you more resilient emotionally. Musashi taught that you need to have a clear mind in order to make decisions. Lack of sleep clouds perception and weakens willpower. By putting rest first, you keep the awareness you need to stay fierce and focused. If sleep troubles continue, practice breathing exercises to calm your nervous system and quiet racing thoughts. Guard your sleep as you would guard your most important asset. Without it, even the strongest fighter can be hurt. If you can master sleep, you'll start each day with more energy and a strong spirit. Step 4. Cut distractions. A lot of people paid attention to Miyamoto Musashi. He knew that a mind that is busy is a mind that has lost. Cutting down on distractions is more important than ever in a world full of non-stop noise, notifications, and social media feeds. You have to train yourself to get rid of anything that takes your attention off of your goal if you want to stay healthy, focused, and fierce. Musashi believed that things should be simple. He thought that having a clear mind and a single goal made you truly strong. Cutting out distractions makes your mind as sharp as a blade, ready to cut through the mess of life with purpose and accuracy. First, figure out what's distracting you the most. Is that your phone? The endless scrolling through social media? The steady bombardment of emails? Figure out what is taking up your time and energy and do something to stop it. Establish limits with your devices. Designate specific times to check your phone or email rather than allowing them to control your day. Set your phone to Do Not Disturb or move it to a different room while you work on important things. To practice, Musashi often shut himself off from the noise of everyday life. He did this because he knew that distractions weaken determination and scatter the mind. The one-task focus is another useful method. Don't try to do a lot of things at once. Instead, give one thing your full attention. Musashi said this was like getting good at a single sword stroke. Perfect that stroke before going on to the next. Multitasking is not real. Focusing is a skill that needs to be practiced over and over again. Think about who you hang out with. Musashi was wary of pointless conversations and shallow relationships because he knew that the wrong people can distract you from your goals. Spend time with people who inspire you, push you, and care about your goals. If something or someone keeps pulling you away from your goal, you need to be brave and take a step back. Remember that it's easy to beat a mind that is confused. Eliminate all distractions and strongly guard your attention. Your focus will become as sharp and unwavering as Musashi's sword. Step 5. Embrace discipline. Every fighter needs to be disciplined to do their best. For Musashi, following rules wasn't a chore, it was how he lived his life. He worked on his sword skills all the time, sometimes training for hours straight. But he knew that even the best fighters would lose their cool in battle if they didn't follow the rules. You need to be disciplined in every part of your life if you want to stay fit, sharp, and tough. Self-discipline is not about hurting yourself. It's about sticking to what's important, no matter how you feel at the time. Musashi said, "Think lightly of yourself and deeply of the world." This means that discipline is not so much about ego as it is about having a goal. It's about doing what needs to be done, not what feels good. Start by making a plan for your daily activities. Find the most important jobs that will help you reach your goals, and then do them without any excuses. Consistency is important when it comes to doing things like working out every morning, relaxing, or setting aside time to study. You couldn't wait for Musashi to get motivated. He used discipline to stay sharp. Be ready to lean into resistance when you feel it. The mind wants to feel safe and secure, but change happens when it's not in its comfort zone. Musashi fought many fights, not because he liked fighting, but because he knew that tough situations make you stronger. The stronger you get, the more you push through pain. Self-control is another part of discipline. Musashi lived a simple life, avoiding things and activities that were not important to him. He knew that too much makes you weak. Take this idea to heart and get rid of anything that makes you want to stray from your road. This could mean spending less time on social media, eating less junk food, or staying away from situations that are bad for you. So, be responsible for your actions. Musashi didn't put the blame on other people when things went wrong. He was responsible for everything he did. Learn to take responsibility for your mistakes, learn from them, and keep going. Adopting discipline is not a one-time thing. It's a way of life. No matter what, it is the constant force that keeps you fit, focused, and strong. Step 6. Challenge yourself. If you don't face challenges, you won't grow. Challenges were good for Musashi because they let him try his limits, get better, and be more determined. Not to show how much better he was, but to get better every day, he looked for good opponents. If you want to stay tough, you have to think the same way. Challenges are not problems to be solved, they are steps on the way to success. Musashi once said, "You can only fight the way you train." In other words, if you practice being average, you will be average at what you do. To get ahead, you have to push yourself past what you think are your limits. Set exercise goals that will push you physically and require you to work hard and keep going. Challenges that make you physically strong and tough are things like running a race, lifting heavier weights, or learning a new martial art. Musashi trained hard and never stopped, not because he wanted to hurt himself, but because he knew that real power comes from effort. Push your mind by taking on tough tasks, learning new skills, or reading books that are hard to understand. Musashi was more than just a great fighter. He was also a great thinker and artist. He put his mind through the same tough tests as his body because he knew that mental toughness is just as important as physical strength. On an emotional level, push yourself by facing your weaknesses and fears. Musashi often went off by himself in nature and thought deeply for days on end. He had to face his deepest fears alone, which made him stronger and more self-aware. There's no need to be alone, but you should face your fears head-on. So, be open to failing. Musashi lost some fights before he won all of his matches. He changed his plans and got better at what he did after each failure. It's not the end to fail, it's a great teacher. When you push yourself, you should expect to fail, but not be afraid of it. Every task you beat brings you one step closer to becoming the fierce, focused warrior you were meant to be. Step 7. Stay relentless. One important quality of a real warrior is persistence. Musashi, for example, was determined to master everything. Even when things went wrong, he wouldn't give up and stayed dedicated to his work. Musashi's life shows this principle because he never gave up, even though he faced many problems and difficulties. Being persistent is the only way to stay fit, focused, and fierce. To do this, you have to refuse to give up, get up early, and keep going when everyone else is giving up. Musashi was very dedicated to his work. He never let anything get in the way of his path. Stick with your fitness program no matter what. To do this, protect your time and energy, avoid distractions, and keep your eyes on your goals. Musashi thought that people should always be getting better, and he said that the way to mastery is through training. Being relentless doesn't mean you're mean or cruel. It means you have a fire inside you that won't go out. It means not giving up when things go wrong, not letting criticism stop you, and being fully committed to your goal. After more than 60 duels, Musashi has never lost because of his unshakable and unrelenting spirit. Musashi's spirit of never giving up is what you need to do to stay healthy, focused, and fierce.